oh my God, why did I put myself in this position? But you know what? Fuck that job. I really jeopardized my job. Okay, so get this. So there's this girl at work who's about to get fired. As the IT manager, I always know about any onboards or offboards before they happen because they want to make sure that I revoke access to their emails, and they want me to make sure that they're locked out of certain things so that nobody who's getting fired can go back and like shoot a company-wide email or anything like that. So my boss, who is a super bitch, and the HR lady have been telling me we have an offboard coming up and this is super confidential. Nobody can know about this. And they keep saying that it's confidential, it's confidential. And I found out that the girl that they're firing, she's a really sweet girl. Like, she just got a raise, she just got promoted, like she does a great job at work, and she's always super sweet whenever you talk to her. Now, normally when it comes to affairs of onboards and offboards, I don't get involved. I just tell them what to do. I don't talk to the employee that is getting offboarded or whatever, just because that's not my place, that's not my job. But this particular employee that they're about to fire, she's such a sweet girl. So I tell her, you're about to get fired, and they're about to do it on Tuesday. This was Thursday last week. Y'all, I feel like God put it on my heart to tell the girl that she's about to get fired. And she starts bawling. She's like so taken aback. She's like, what do you mean I'm getting fired? And I was like, I don't know the reason. All I know is that they already have your replacement. They want me to prep your computer for that replacement. And she kept on asking me, like, do you know why they're firing me? Why are they firing me? Why? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't get any of that information. They just tell me what to do with the assets. That's it. Ahead of the weekend, so that she could prepare herself, so that she could gather any evidence that might work in her favor, because I feel like specifically in this case, they know that they have some damning evidence against them, which is why they kept on telling me it's confidential, it's confidential, it's confidential. It's about to go down. So I text my girl, cause she's my girl now. I text her this morning. I was like, hey, happy firing day. Like, I hope you're ready. I hope you got all the evidence that you need. Make sure when you walk in there, you hit the record button. Because we're both interested to know what reason they're gonna have to fire her. Part 2. So I get here right at 9 o'clock. And as I'm getting out of my car, I'm walking through the parking lot, and I see my boss has already walked her to the car with her belongings. Like, she's out of there, 9 o'clock on the dot. She's removed, like the conversation has already happened. So I gotta call my girl and see what's up. So I call her and I'm like, what happened? And she's like, well, my manager pulled me into her office as soon as I got here this morning and was like, you're being let go. I don't know what's about to happen, y'all, but could get crazy. Also, I just wanted to mention, for those of you who are worried about my job, I'm actually contracted at this company and my contract is not getting renewed, so I'm already on my way out. This was kind of like a F you on my way out type of thing. And I'm so happy that she's taking it there. She mentioned retaliation, termination. She was using the lawyer term, so I know she's been in contact with an attorney. My employer, they found the video. I got a call from the company, and I'm pretty sure you already know what this is about. They do not want you to come back to the site. And I said, is this about the TikTok videos? And he said, yes. This is 100% about the TikTok videos. I started to feel like I had done too much. I was starting to feel regret, like, oh my God, why did I put myself in this position? But you know what? Fuck that job. I'm saying that with my full chest this time. Last time I said it, I didn't really mean it. But this time, I'm willing to walk away from that job to let y'all see that there are people out here, there are good people out here like me who are willing to risk it all to help a human being. Receipts. So I did not make this up, you guys. I did not make any of this up. I don't do that. I'm the realest bitch you'll ever meet. I really jeopardized my job. I reached out to her and She just completely like blew me off. The girl, she has a new job, she's fine. What I did, and then this girl is just somewhere living her life. You know, she couldn't even respond to my text message when I told her that everybody was rooting for her. She didn't care. She didn't care. Again, and now I am exposed at work, and she's somewhere living her life. So that is the update. Yeah.
This video is about a TikTok story time where this lady was basically an IT manager at a tech company or some type of company, but it seems like she was in a good position where she was doing a contract with this company, and it came up on this lady's day to get fired or released from the company. So she decides to warn the lady, being a good Samaritan, and letting her know, like giving her a heads up, hey, they're gonna fire you. These are some of the things that you could do. Just giving you a heads up so you know how to move and how to go from here. Now, as she tells the story, a lot of people, the main question is like, okay, you're still with the company, so there's a possibility that you could get let go, right? So why tell the story online while you're still working there? But she's like, you know what, I'm, privately contracted with the company, and probably thinking that it wasn't likely that they would be able to find the video online and they would able to tie it back to her. Now, at some point, they did ended up finding out that she had this video online and that she had given this lady the heads up. And in turn, they come back and fire her and let her go as well. So you can tell in the video, she's kind of going back and forth, like whether she made the right decision or not, saying that she really wanted to help this young lady and that she basically wanted to like be a good Samaritan, right? But at the same time, she was somewhat on the way out of the company, and she did kind of want to just be like, forget y'all, but not the word forget, the other word. So she did admit to that too. Now, the divide in this is that, like, okay, she was also saying, like, after she had did all of this and she had warned the young lady, that she ended up ghosting her and not, getting a response when she texted her back. The young lady that she pretty much did all of this for ended up not responding and not messaging her back. And in the last video where she was crying, I felt really bad because it's like, okay, she did give this lady a heads up, but now on the back end, it's like she didn't get a response. So basically she did all of this for nothing, for somebody who probably definitely wouldn't have done the same for her. Now, this could be a thing of like, okay, this lady may not have wanted her situation or her story to be turned into a TikTok story time, which is why she decided to not respond back. And the company that let her go, I just think that maybe she should have thought about that a little bit more carefully, because as she's seeing, this lady definitely would not have done the same thing for her. So she basically gave this lady a heads up because she seemed like a good person. But when it all boiled down, it's like, okay, maybe she appreciated the heads up, but she just didn't want the situation posted online. So it was like, okay, I don't even want to communicate with you to give you an update because I don't want a part two, like going around circulating online. And then for her to be in the IT field, so even if you were sick and tired of this particular job, like let's say the boss was really a itch, like she said that she was, if she was really just a horrible person to deal with and they just really weren't that great of people, and corporate is what corporate is, it could be really cutthroat. But at the end of the day, it's like that's what you got your credentials in. So I'm sure maybe she went to school for the IT, maybe she took some classes or some courses to get her certification in that particular area. So now on the back end, it's like all of that is basically wasted because she's put this story out online for the world to see. And even if she decided to leave this job and get another job, this video is still here online for all to see. So it's like, okay, we see how you move at your old job. We see how emotional you can be when it comes to making decisions. We saw that you breached the contract, you breached the rules and what you were supposed to do in this position by leaving the company either exposed for a lawsuit. And then if this young lady wanted to pursue a lawsuit, it's like things were being documented in real time, because she didn't wait 6 months until after everything happened. She was posting what was going on in real time. So not only that, she showed some text messages, she showed email proof that this was actually so it's kind of like she was further putting herself in a hole by proving like this is a real situation, because you had some people in the comments like she just made this story up for the tickety talk, just to, you know, get a response, get her little airtime, whatever. And she basically went and proved that like, no, this was a real situation that happened. This wasn't something that I just made up. This happened in my real life, on my real job, and something that I really, really did. I almost feel like she would have been better off just saying, yeah, that was just something that I did for TikTok, or not even doing it at all, right? Because the people from her old job found the video, and that was what resulted in her ended up being let go. So all in all, to say that in today's times, you just have to be careful. And like, especially in her situation, that she had invested time to be in that field, and now it's just like a waste for nothing, because it's just going to forever be online. And people that even consider hiring her, or maybe let's say she get a new job and they don't see it for the first month, 2 or 3, but people are funny in their ways, and they will research you. They could wait 3 months in or 6 months in and decide to research you, or just, you know, put your name online, or maybe even just run into the video. Let's say they're not even researching, but they just happen to run into the video, and there it is, the whole spiel, the whole situation. She could erase it from her profile or whatever, but it's like, if other people have already reposted the situation, done videos about it, then it still therefore lives online. So this was just a tough situation, a tough lesson. I think one of the lessons in this was a heart lesson. I like the fact that she had a good heart posture. So I will say that her heart posture was in the right place. However, sometimes we could look out for other people at a fault to ourselves and end up putting ourselves in situations that we may not have realized. Maybe she was just getting a little fatigued, a little tired of the job. She did kind of mention that, you know, she was on her way out anyway, or that she wanted to give them like a FU, but it's just like not really putting a lot of thought or self-awareness into, okay, my future positions, let me think about how it'll affect that. Or let me think about how it will affect my family, because she was saying that her husband was against it. He wasn't really with the idea of her doing it. When she said against it, I want to think that she was saying that he was against her basically giving this woman a pre-warning. Or he may have been against the company getting ready to let her go, and she was a good person, but I highly doubt that that was the case. It was probably the first scenario. So this is just a hard lesson for her, it seems like. And I really want to know what you guys would have done. Like, we all would love for somebody to give us a pre-warning, right? Or be the person that we needed when a situation was happening or something bad was happening. We all would have loved that pre-warning. But in reality and actuality, that's just not the way that things go, especially in the world of jobs and the way that the economy is looking right now, with AI taking over so many jobs and replacing so many people. Is even more likely that the corporate world will become more cutthroat. So I think that she should have had some therapy. If she had a situation before where, like she was saying, that nobody looked out for her in her time of need, when she would have wanted somebody to look out for her like that, she should have, you know, had some therapy, and then just did what she needed to do if, you know, that was the case and it was going to affect her in that way to where she still needed her job, which it seemed like she did, because she was visibly upset and crying at the end. So it's just something to think about, and it's definitely a lesson for all of us on the outside watching her situation unfold. So I want to know what you guys think. Would you have given this other coworker a pre-warning, or would you have just kept your mouth closed, did your job, and felt a little bad about it, but still did your job and did what you had to do on the back end? So let me know what you guys think. Let's meet down in the comments below and just tell me what you guys would have done. I really appreciate you guys watching my channel. Please like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate you guys so much more than you know, and it really helps my channel grow. So thank you. Until next time, peace, love, and blessings.